Hello, beautiful beings. This is one of Doozer's nightly rituals. I was just playing with him with the pillow, but it's just endlessly fun for him to take all the stuffing out of it every single night. And this, I don't touch very much, is his love bug. I love how he's laying right now. He is having so much fun. I hope I'm holding this right. And I've noticed that I move it really fast when I'm trying to show you things also. I think I just need to get a GoPro. Then I don't think that you have to try to aim it very much. And there are all his, well, they're not all of Doozer's. This one's mine. This is Lilac, a woman at a hardware store. Did not know that hippos were my favorite. Let's see if he's in the, okay. Did not know that hippos were my favorite animal on the planet. And she said, "Hey, did you see those hippos over there?" It was at a hardware store. I said, "No, what hippos?" And I started getting resonance bumps on my arms, and I walked over and I got him, and he was $35. And I was just like, wow, okay, this is really expensive, but I'm getting him. And I mean, it was just so. I said, "Did you know? Like, have I ever told you that hippos are my favorite?" And she said, "No." And then all of a sudden, she started getting the resonance bumps like all over her body too. It was a really special moment. So I took the guts out of him and I put some rice in there. And so now I can make him nice and warm. Well, when I have a microwave again, I definitely will warm him up. So, but I made him so I can warm him up. And also I put the rice in him to make him more weighted. Yeah. Doozer is still having so much fun with his pillow. I've had this pillow for so many years. Okay, am I holding this right? Okay, straight on. Okay, I'm just going to give Doozer some privacy. Okay, let me get my little stand. I always say it's spontaneous satsang when I record a video, and sometimes I just don't even have a heads up like just now. So I didn't even have my little stand set up. But that's okay. Ancients, what are we talking about? I just got done playing with Doozer. I have so much fun playing with him. He's such a good little guy. What dogs are earth angels, obviously. Pets are. I I don't feel that humanity would have survived without dogs and cats. I have met some cats that I'm not afraid of, which is really good. So, I don't say all cats, but for some reason in my life, I haven't had really great. Maybe it was my energy at the time. They're showing me the different scenarios I was in, different stages in my life where I had cats around me, and how stressed out I was. That might be one reason the cats weren't very nice to me. They could sense that, and they could sense my fear. There's something about cats, besides making my nose itch, they really annoy me because they wake me up in the middle of the night. They're demanding. They don't really have a schedule, and I don't feel like I can communicate with them very well. And it's a trust thing for me. I can be petting a cat and they're purring and just really into it, and then all of a sudden I have an open wound on my arm because they're overstimulated. Like, there's no warning. There hasn't been for me with cats. So now I'm incredibly leery of cats. There's two adorable cats, gray and white kittens. Well, they're kind of teenagers now. I'm no, I'm loving them from a distance. I'm not going to convince myself that it's not going to happen, because they're just unpredictable. And so I asked the manager up front, I said, so are these really nice cats? And she said, oh, this one is, but this one isn't. This one will bite you. I was just like, okay, yep, case closed. So I was like, I'm going to love you from afar. You're really cute, but I'm not getting near you. Ancients, is there anything we would like to talk about? What would you like to talk about? You know, we are open for questions. When somebody asks me a question about their life, a place they feel stuck in their life, it evokes an answer from the ancients. That's how satsang works. And if a person is desperate enough and ready for change and has basically ran out of room in themselves and can't think of another way to relieve any of the pressure from overthinking in the body, like, just, that's how I got just jam-packed inside of this little body. And I had run out of room, and you know, that was a really good thing. It was the best thing that could have ever happened to me. So because 2 days after I ran out of room in myself, Muji showed up. I'd been listening to Abraham Hicks for about 4.5 years at that point, and you know, Eckhart before that, and many, many others, but specifically these guys. And I mean, Eckhart every day, Abraham. Yeah, so that morning I woke up and I felt incredibly depressed. It was like May 4th, 2013, and I typed in Abraham, and up came 2 little boxes on top and 2 little boxes on the bottom, and in the center was Muji. And he had like this cobalt blue sweater on, and he had his arms out and his head back, and he was so happy. And I was just like, oh, I knew that he was there to help me. I knew it because throughout my life for an incredibly long time, I had noticed that the divine would send me a new book somehow. I'd go over to somebody's house, and this specifically, The Dragon Doesn't Live Here Anymore by Alan Cohen. I went in this woman's house for the very first time, and I took my shoes off, and my eyes went to the books underneath her television, and I crawled across the floor right to it was like it was lit up. And I still have that book. And that was 21 years ago. That book came to me, and my whole life it seemed like there was a person, not seemed like, this is how it was. And it was so apparent. And I would whine too to the divine when I felt like it had been a really long time since, you know, I got a book or something, you know, some major guide in my life that I could suck the marrow out of. I'd be like, you haven't sent me anything for a really long time. Well, that was part of the lesson. They're laughing at me. So it's okay to run out of space inside, to feel so desperate that you just don't know what else to do. That's right before birth into the new life. And that's what I am. I asked the ancients once, if somebody asked me, what are you? Like, what is your title? Because I went to the school of hard knocks, but, you know, I haven't went to a school for any of the things that I've learned or unlearned. I said, if somebody asked me, what would I say? And they said, you are a being doula. And so I've noticed that the people come into my life, it's right at the time that they're ready to, you know, start rebirthing into their new life. And it's at a real crisis point at times, and what they're working through has been bothering them so much. I mean, it's torture, absolute torture, when it seems like the mind won't stop and the same thing just keeps repeating over and over. There's no solution in that. None. There's zero solution in it. And even when we make up our mind, have you ever actually thought of that saying? I did a few days ago. I really thought about it. What do I mean, make up my mind? And I really, when I see something, that's shining my light of awareness on it. I'm aware of it then. It's not just happening. That's being unconscious. And so, okay, where was I? The edibles are starting to kick in. Ancients. I'm looking up here. What was I just looking at? So I shine my light of, what was I shining my light of awareness on? Oh man. Once I shine my light of awareness on whatever it is, then that's the end of it. I can't, it's almost coming in, but I'm trying too hard, and if it's supposed to come back in, it will. But that is ascension in a nutshell, is to talk about what we feel we're stuck in. And the ancients come through with this really simple, like, oh, how about, it's not ever like a suggestion. It's, oh, what is it like? What is it? They're showing me Moonstar and I and Ocean and I holding satsang. My girls and I also. It's this beautiful just back and forth. It's a heart-to-heart conversation, and the ancients are right here, and they just well, you know. As I'm talking, I say, and the ancients said, you know, and so that's just the way it is. They're in on the conversation, and they just come through with, and it's news to me, what they are saying, and it's just, oh, it's just so beautiful because it's always just so simple. Yeah, it's so beautiful. And see, we are regulating my emotions so well because I'm going to say this without crying too. I have been on the verge of tears for like the last 8 minutes. I've been that way since I was little and just incredibly emotional. And it's not that I'm suppressing it, it's that I feel that if it's still bothering me a little bit, then I can become even more balanced with whatever it is that I'm not feeling comfortable with. So it's just emotion. You know, I feel everything very intensely. They're saying yes. And so it I can see what I want to say. It makes it more likely that I will feel overwhelmed by emotions because I'm feeling them like extra more. But I don't use that as an excuse. You know, being an empath, it's a gift. I don't need to make excuses. I just need to shine my light of awareness on it. Was that what I was talking about? So is this what you guys wanted me to talk about? Satsang? Oh, I barely sleep. Like I could barely, when I'm holding satsang, there's just this energy, this feeling of lightness. It's like everything gets brighter when I'm holding satsang. When I'm holding satsang with the right people, they're pointing out. There are some people that just want my energy, just want our energy, and they haven't done their work yet. Lots of throat chakra activity going on right now. Yeah, so, but they've been such a gift over the years, the ones that have just wanted to take my energy, because they really don't know better. And that's really what it comes down to. And I've definitely reached a place in myself where none of that stuff seems to really matter anymore. And that's beautiful. They're saying that's the perfume of presence. And that's not the only one. Is there anything else, ancients? I I don't I don't know you, my unicorn subscribers, but certain ones of you especially, no, I'll just say all of you. I know how much all of you love me. I can feel it. And I love you too so much. I think that's it. Is that it, ancients? Let's make darn sure. I'm eating these. I don't know why I keep laughing. Oh, they're so good. I'm lactose intolerant. However, these don't seem to bother me at all. I do drink lactose-free milk, which is just, I thank cows a lot for milk because it is one of my most favorite things on the planet. And lactose-free milk is even sweeter than regular milk. I've tried to stop drinking it at times. It's like you're my friends. I've tried to stop drinking milk at times because I felt so bad contributing to any abuse of any cows. You know, animals in general, but, you know, something I could actually do about it. Help. And, you know, I just got this major download one day. It's just like certain people are made with certain like blood types or whatever. Eat right for your blood type. They're showing me that book. And my body just does so much better with dairy and meat. Yeah. And a lot of vegetables and fruits too, for sure. I just feel like I have a balance of everything, and junk food too. I just feel like that's an important part of life also. This is what I consider junk food, is these decadent dark chocolate coconut chews. And chips. I have a chip thing since I found out I was gluten intolerant. Yeah, I have like 3 bags of chips up in my cupboard. Ancients, really. Okay, I think that's it for now. satsangwithmamaji@gmail.com. I'm going to get on my knees and pray for you when I say goodbye.